This is the story of Baseed McLean. Tuesday, February 26, 2013, at around 4 a.m., a man was walking his dog, and the dog was drawn to one of the black plastic bags on the corner. Now, this is Bronx, New York. So you know how the trash be out there. The dog's owner thought it was just food, but as he got closer, he noticed that it was a limb from a body. He immediately called 911. Now, that same morning, 26-year-old Bassi went down to the 40th precinct, also in the Bronx, to report his mother, Tanya Bird, missing. He told the police that his mother's boyfriend came over Sunday night and they both left Monday morning, and he has not seen or heard from her since. Now, by noon, police had found a torso on Eagle near 158th Street, a head on Caldwell near 158th Street, and a right leg found on Eagle near 156th Street. So the police decides to pay Baseed a visit to see if these body parts are matching his mother, who he had reported missing that morning. They walked into the apartment where Baseed shared with his mother, and they immediately noticed a heavy stench of bleach. And as they're walking around the apartment, they also noticed the shower curtain in the bathroom is missing. The leg found on 156th Street was wrapped in a shower curtain, drenched in bleach. The police asked Baseed if he could provide a picture of his mother, and he was cooperative. He found the picture and he handed the police the phone. But when the police got the phone, he swiped right and came across this picture. This is Baseed holding up his mother's severed head. Yes, you heard me right. This is Baseed holding up his mother's severed head. Of course, he left the apartment in handcuffs, but as word got around to his neighbors and family, nobody was surprised. Tanya Bird's sister, Cassandra, who was on her nephew's side, she thought it was Tanya's boyfriend until she seen the pictures in Baseed's phone. She told the authorities Baseed resented his mother because she put him in a foster home to get over her drug addiction. He had came back to live with her when he was 18 and she was all clean and good enough to take care of him. Now he's 26. So all she asked him to do was get a job, get your own place, be a man. And he didn't like that too much. Cassandra also said Tanya expressed that she was afraid of Baseed. And she also thought that he was abusing his younger brother, Nizer, who has Down syndrome. She will find bruises and marks all over his body. Now, during interrogation, Baseed confesses after he finds out about the shower curtain. But he also confesses that he did not do this alone. William Harris helped dispose of Tanya Bird's body, but Baseed is trying to pin it all on him. But Harris said no, it didn't go down like that. Baseed seen him on the train, showed him the pictures, and asked him, begged him, can you please help me dispose of this body? And he agreed to help. He said they went to a local hardware store and bought a saw in cash because they thought they was going to get caught if they used cash, but they were on camera. Bought the saw, took it back to the apartment, and dismembered Tanya Bird in the bathroom, in the bathtub, actually. He said they separated the body parts with 3 big black trash bags, and he also confirmed the shower curtain. At this point, the police wasn't believing anything else Baseed had to say, especially when they found out his social media name was Kill That Bee Tanya Bird. So of course, next he pleads insanity, goes under psychological evaluation. Now, it was confirmed that he did have a learning disability, but it was clear that he was just angry with his mother. He would show up to court in this white suit because he kept pissing on himself. Now, we are unaware if he was doing this just to play the crazy role or if he was serious. He had to have his hands covered most of the time because he would scratch himself to death. He will also have random outbursts saying random things during his court sessions. Baseed was charged with second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Now, this is not where this story ends. This story takes a sharp left. Let's fast forward 4 years. January 25th, 2017. Zora Combs, who is also the ex-girlfriend of Baseed McLean. They share a 4-year-old son, Zamir Combs. Now, on January 25th, Zora was left at home with her 3 children. Her boyfriend was at work at the time. It might have been 4 small children, but That's neither here nor there. Baby Zamir went to his mother and said he was hungry, which she stated, "Go sit down." Being the hungry 4-year-old that he was, he went in the kitchen and tried to get something to eat himself. He opened the refrigerator. When he reached in there, he dropped 2 eggs on the floor. Zora, who is enraged by this, rushed to the kitchen, seeing that he dropped 2 eggs on the floor, grabs a broomstick and proceeds to beat this 4-year-old child. She beat him unconscious and then proceeded to go back to her newborn to feed him. After some time had went by, she noticed Zamir never came from the kitchen, so she went back and checked, and he was still laying there unconscious. Instead of calling 911, she proceeded to pick him up and lay him in a big plastic tub similar to this. She also filled it with water. Why? I don't know. But then she leaves him there and goes back to the newborn. Now, hours have passed at this point. Her boyfriend comes home from work. It's around 9 p.m. and he sees baby Zamir in the tub full of water. He immediately called 911. It took for him to call 911. When the police arrived, they performed CPR on baby Zamir, and the neighbor said as they were doing that, Zora showed no emotion. They rushed the baby to the hospital, but he was pronounced dead around 2 a.m. During questioning, Zora said that she was overwhelmed with her children and suffering from postpartum. She was arrested later that day, charged with second-degree murder. Zora Combs was sentenced to 17 years in prison. 17 years ain't long enough. But this case blew my mind. It was just a lot going on with this case right here. But y'all let me know what y'all think.